Hello, Narnach here. Welcome back to Path of Exile, Atlas of Worlds. Today we're gonna run the tier 10 map, the Quay, which rolled into a rather easy set of mods. So we got increased monster variety, nothing special there. Monsters have a 60% chance to avoid elemental status ailments, which is not something we make heavy use of, so we don't really care. 60% monster cult resistance, which is relevant, and monsters are hexproof. So hexproof means no blasphemy with temporal change and Enfeeble. So normally when I don't run those, I run hatred. That's why the cold resistance comes in. If 60% of that damage is prevented and bosses have even higher resistance, then running around with hatred, not that useful. So this time I'm running around with Grace. Grace gives us a nice boost to our evasion rating. And it boosted our evasion from 26% listed to 42% listed. So it's a rather strong increase. So that means we'll be getting hit less often, and combine that with 34% base block chance, we have a decent chance of avoiding at least the normal attacks. So let's do this.
The wealthy foolishly battle the ocean for domain.
That was a rather short sentence. Expected it to be longer in some way. Ooh, proxy shield and an immortality aura. That's a fun combo. And they all explode into gory rain of death. And we got drop bears, which are interesting to see here, but given that there's no trees, a bit unexpected. I like the Spanish Inquisition in that regard. Nobody expects drop bears when there's no trees around. But this seems heavily inspired by Sarn. Which is nice, there's not a lot of map tiles that use it. This one had some form of a reflect, but it was completely off-shruggable. And yes, off-shruggable is a word now. I just made it up. Probably a better way to phrase it. We can completely shrug it off, but yeah. Creative use of words is where the fun lies. Okay, so my strategy is going to be to stick to the outsides, and the moment I say that, I look at the map, I realize this is just basically a ledge, which means it might be better to do full clears. So far all the Act 3-like tile sets have not been ledges, they've all been open squares. So I made an assumption and I didn't double check the map to back that up. But now I know, so we're gonna pay a bit more attention to that. So we're gonna weave and cover all the sides. One major upside of only running 2 auras rather than 3, or 2 skills that preserve mana rather than 3, is that we actually have a mana pool that's worth something. So jumping about like some kind of toxic frog, it works, it just works. Oh wait, I always notice loot too late. Most of the time you don't really get loot, so it's you just jump on something and then you can just jump away before you truly parse what's happening. But then when there's something interesting, you always have to go back. So we are level 87 now, 87 and a half almost. I've had the good fortune of not dying. Well, actually not dying in quite a while now, ever since I turned 87. And it's surprisingly useful. If you don't die, you actually keep all your experience and you don't get reset back to 0 all that often. Which means leveling is a distinct possibility. So I'm usually in favor of that. Well, that said though, this is the last of the tier 10 maps that I intend to run. After this it's gonna be red maps all the way. And that's gonna be fun. Freezes you when activated. I don't think I'd like that. Explodes. Nope. Magic monsters. That's gonna be fun. We'll do that. Ooh, we got a castle ruins. So some of the map drops are maps I haven't actually run while playing.
You there, a moment of your time.
There's a unique in there, or not a unique, there's a rare in here somewhere. There you are. Ah. Okay. Had to flask that up a little bit. And what do you want me to do? Go that way. Kill bears. Assassinate the target within a limit. That's easy. So Furici will now teleport to us when we are done with the target, which is excellent. It really makes the master maps all that much better. I really like the quality of life changes that we've gotten so far. But as I was saying, some of the maps I haven't actually run while playing this series. That's not because I have been running around with some of my friends for a bit. Playing multiplayer does tend to unlock some maps that you don't quite have. So that said, now given our focus on the high-end maps, I thought it was okay to skip out on some of the lower level maps. That's one of the downsides of having a lot of things shared on an account basis. That it's really difficult to keep your per character progression separate from your account. Then it's either not play with your friends or enforce only particular maps that you've already run, or to just ignore reserving stuff for the series and just playing what is fun. The red maps though, I'm still going into those blind, I think. I don't think any of the red maps have spawned as Asana maps, so I'm mostly blind about those. Before running the red maps, I will be consulting the wiki to at least have a small inclination of what I'll be facing, and potentially bringing along a flask or something to deal with it. Because red maps have turned out to be rather challenging, especially the ones that have been corrupted, and they've all just turned into things that were interesting to deal with. Lots of defenses on the monster side, lots of offenses, double bosses when double bosses is rather inconvenient, things like that. So I'm very curious to see what the future is gonna bring us. Let's see. Ooh, there's a ghost. There is someone possessed by a ghost, and then that someone is dead. Excellent. Memory of Wonder. We've already seen that one. Oh, and there's some barrels that need smashing. All the barrels need to be smashed. Otherwise they will keep holding those mirrors hostage. Can't have that, of course. Ooh, hello there, reflect fish. Look at my life not caring. Sometimes I do wonder what life was like when Reflect was still an aura. That's it's been quite a while since they did overhaul Reflect to only be located to the boss, rather than being an aura that also affected the minions. I think a build like mine, which is more sustainy rather than spiky, will have an easier time to deal with it. But if you do more impactful punches, then you will notice. Anyway, we are at the arena. I've already put a portal up in case things go wrong, then we don't have to backtrack too much. So let's see what the Quay boss is gonna bring us. Hello. Oh wow, unraveling horror. They normally inflict bleeding. And when they die, they spawn minions. So the question is, will this unravel? It's a Matrushka boss. A boss in a boss. Okay. We are running low on flask charges. Also, they kind of killed my golem. For now, we're just sustaining through it. I like it. Also, there's this blade storm going on, and there's all kinds of stuff ricocheting about. I like it. Another one, even tinier. I like this fight. It's just very thematic. They really did take the theme of the boss and just little ones and just even littler ones. And there's all kinds of rares around it. That's even cooler. But in this case now we're just flasking it up and we're just charging against it. And there's only 2 mobs remaining, which I suspect is just drop bears that we missed along the way. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, the Quay. We cleared it without dying and had a pretty good time against the boss. So that's gonna be it. Probably one of the last yellow maps that we will be running with this character. From now on up, it's gonna be red maps and it's gonna be interesting. I'll learn a lot. Hopefully I'll actually manage to make it through. Goal is still to go after Guardians, and given our progression so far, we've done the Wasteland, we've done the Crematorium, and I already have a Sulfur Waste and also have the Crematorium and the Wasteland again. So this is the path we will be taking, Sulfur Wastes, and then there's a tier 14 here, tier 15 in Core, which I've heard very experienced streamers speak with a lot of respect for Core. So I'm very curious to see how that's gonna go. And then after that we got the Forge of the Phoenix, which based on what I saw on the wiki is gonna be a very, very interesting fight. We shall see if we make it this far and in what way, shape or form. Initially I'm gonna try to run everything as a corrupted rare map. That's the way you get the unlock, so that's the way they're supposed to be run. Even though it might be a bit too much, but we shall see. I've had a lot of fun with the maps and just learning about them. That's gonna be fun. So as always, I'm gonna thank you very much for watching, and I will see you again next time. Bye bye.